Good evening, church. It's good to be back with you all again for this quick edition of the lockdown lessons. This will be lesson number 2, entitled To Obey or Disobey. There's a lot of different opinion going around, not only our country, but our world, of whether we should be listening to and obeying the directives given to us by our government. To give you the quick and easy answer on that, the answer is yes. We should be obeying the directives given to us by our government. There's only one instance where we should not obey our leaders, that we should not obey our government. And I'm going to share with you what that one instance is tonight. You'll find that one instance and where we learn about that one instance in the book of Daniel. If you have a Bible, to Daniel chapter 1, I'm going to be reading verses 1 through 8. Daniel 1 verses 1 through 8 says this: In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. The Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand, along with some of the vessels of the house of God, and he brought them to the land of Shinar, to the house of his God, and he brought the vessels into the treasury of his God. Then the king ordered Ashpenaz, the chief of his officials, to bring some of the sons of Israel, including some of the royal family and the nobles, youths in whom was no defect, who were good-looking, showing intelligence in every branch of wisdom, endowed with understanding and discerning knowledge, and who had ability for serving in the king's court. And he ordered him to teach them the literature and language of the Chaldeans. The king appointed for them a daily ration from the king's choice food and from the wine which he drank, and appointed that they should be educated 3 years, at the end of which they were to enter the king's personal service. Now among them from the sons of Judah were Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Then the commander of the officials assigned new names to them, and to Daniel he assigned the name Belteshazzar, to Hananiah Shadrach, to Mishael Meshach, and to Azariah Abednego. But Daniel made up his mind that he would not defile himself with the king's choice food or with the wine which he drank. Okay, so God allows Judah to be conquered and to be taken captive by the Babylonians. And they're carried off to Babylon in captivity. There, King Nebuchadnezzar orders for the best and the brightest of Israel's young men to be trained for his service. 3 things are done to the chosen young men. They are renamed, they are educated in the language and literature of the Chaldeans and the culture, and they are given food from the king's table. Now notice this: they make no stink about having their names changed. They make no stink about being educated in a completely different culture. They do, however, make a stink about eating food from the king's table. Why? Well, first, there's nothing written in God's law about having your name changed. It's not a sin in any way to have your name changed. Second, there's nothing written in God's law about being educated, even being educated with information that isn't altogether true. It's not a sin to learn the culture and to learn education from another culture. But third, Israel was given very specific instructions from God regarding their diet. So when it came to changing their diet, they had to say, this is where we draw the line. We cannot obey, because to obey is a direct violation of God's law, which supersedes man's law. So when you look in your life about where do I draw the line in obedience to the government and to authorities, you have to draw the line the same place I do, where God draws the line. If it's not a sin, then we're to obey we're to obey our authorities. So only when our government orders us to do something that is in a direct violation of God's law are we okay to disobey that command. So all that to say, obey the instructions that are given to you. They're not sinful instructions, and if I come across any sinful instructions given to us during this time in our nation, I'll be the first one to speak up and let you know. So get creative with how you interact with others. Obey the social distancing instructions. Wash your hands. God bless, and stay tuned for more lockdown lessons.